honest, I don't really collect Mezcos on a daily basis. $80 is a lot for me to spend on a figure. So if I'm gonna spend that much, it's either gonna be on an exclusive or a character I really like. Speaking of exclusives, the SDCC Deadpool was a decent figure, albeit his lack of accessories and proper packaging. Unfortunately, it was not mine to have, as it was a gift for a friend who was going through some hard times. And who else to cheer you up than the Merc with a mouth? So I got his official release in his classic costume. And looking to be better of the two, the question is he a good figure? Let's find out in this toy review of the Mezco 112 Collective Deadpool.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us once again on the D-Star01 channel. I'm your host, Dexter Arafiles, and as you know, this is my little girl, Kira. Say hello to everyone on YouTube. Hello. Anyway, I'm just kidding. So today, we're going to be doing a review of the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Now, I know that I did the SDCC version of Deadpool, but unfortunately, that figure just wasn't mine. I had to give it to a friend who was desperately in need of it. So I said to myself, man, I totally missed out. But this one was going to release, and I knew I had to get him and to see if he's worth your money.
Proper to most Mezco 112 collective figures, attention to detail is something that's very apparent. And opening him was very satisfying by having that fresh action figure smell, which doesn't happen so often anymore. So what we have here is Wade sporting his classic red and black skin-tight costume, which is made of a really nice spandex-like material and fits perfectly on him. The black parts of his costume are made of this fake pleather type material and adds to the attention of detail in his suit. The cuffs, shin guards, belt, sheath, and holsters are all made of a really nice quality plastic that reminds me of the 90s McFarlane toys, where it has a sandy-like texture and has a look of a worn-out metal and leather. Since his costume is very skin tight, none of it really hinders his movement, which is something I really like about Mezcos, and you can expect the same with this Deadpool figure. While I love everything about the detail in this figure, I have to say that I'm quite worried when I lifted up his arm, as I could see some strain in the stitching here. I fear it may rip, but we will see as I continue to pose him. Looking at the face, it is not covered by the same material as his suit, and I think this is a wise choice, as making a purely plastic head gives you the ability to add more details into his eyes, as you can see here. Overall, his paint and detail is fantastic, and I really love what Mezco has done with him. And in all honesty, he is a much better figure than the SDCC one. Of course, that's my opinion.
So here we are with Mezco 112 Collective Deadpool, and we're going to go over articulation and scale. So let's get scale out of the way first. And we are looking at 6 1/4 inches. He stands really tall, so we should be fitting with Marvel Legends, and let's find out. So we have a Marvel Legends Deadpool, which is the new one. I think that was from 2016. And then we have a Deadpool from, Toy Biz. That was from Toy Biz. And then, of course, we have a very armless Rebel Tech Deadpool. What happened with this one is that I posed him a lot, and then he fell off my shelf, and then there goes his arm. He's a bootleg, so, I figured. And so let's put him with imports. So we have SH Figure Arts Ryu here. Let's see how he scales right there. He looks pretty good. And then we have SH Figure Arts Iron Man, which is a little bit too short. And of course we have Marvel Legends Spider-Man, which I remember before Deadpool got popular, everyone thought he was Spider-Man. So, now you know that he scales decently well. Let's see how he articulates. So one thing that I've noticed about this figure after playing with him for many hours is that his suit is super tight, as I said before. And the problem with that is that it kind of hinders that articulation that could be there. Like right now I'm trying to use his bicep swivel, but as you can see, it's kind of putting strain on that. And I don't like that because, you know, it could rip one day, and I don't want that to happen. So I don't know, I guess I'll just play with him more, and if it ever does, I will update you guys. So let's talk about articulation. He does not have a toe joint, but we do have an up and down at the ankle. We do have a double jointed knee there, and it looks like we have the classic ball joint there. And we have two articulation points at the chest, or sorry, not at the chest, at the midsection, one on the top, one at the bottom for decent ab crunch, as you can see there. And we do have a shoulder joint there with bicep swivel, and we have a bend at the elbow. We have a really nice peg system, and why I'm saying it's really nice is because usually when it comes to having interchangeable hands, it's really tough to get them in and out. This is so simple. And that's due to these hands being a really nice soft plastic, and it's very flexible, so it's very easy to get that in and out. And also we have two articulations here at the neck, looking to be around 25 points of articulation, and that's pretty standard nowadays for high-end figures. So overall, he's really articulated. Again, if you guys are buying this, just be very wary that his costume is very skin tight, and even by twisting it right there, you'll notice that the leather parts are showing some strain. So there you have it. That is articulation and scale for the Mezco 112 Collective Deadpool.
So here's where this figure shines, the accessories. 2 dual-tone Glock 17s with removable magazines, M4A1 with grenade launcher and removable magazine, 6 grenades for said grenade launcher, 4 Deadpool hand grenades, 2 swords, 5 extra hands, and a stand comes with this figure. By the end of Comic-Con 2017, I could not get my hands on a Deadpool for myself, so ordering this Deadpool seemed like a better choice. And judging by the amount of stuff that comes with him, he is easily the better of the two. So, let's look at his pistols, the Glock 17s. These Glocks are amazing, and look much like the real Glock, as they should. Out of all the guns in his arsenal, I can see why they chose the Glock, as it is one of the most recognized pistols in the world. The upper slide is a nice nickel metallic finish, and the bottom half features a pistol grip with his respective eyes on each side. A very nice touch. The magazine is removable and features a 9mm showing at the top. Really awesome and shows incredible attention to detail. Also, the magazines are pressure fitted in and are not loose to my surprise. They fit really well. Very considerate, as I feared they would fall out, much like when I unboxed the SDCC Deadpool. While I am praising these guns a lot, I noticed some bad paint apps right here at the grip. I can honestly forgive them, as it isn't so apparent, especially when he holds it. Lastly, the Glocks fit really well on his side holsters, and they feature a clasp-like mechanism so they can stay snug in there. Looking at his M4, the one thing I hope they would fix since the SDCC Deadpool is the grip, as it is way too wide to be accurate. I can honestly see why they did this, so it can fit easily in his hand and not be loose, but when it just sits there without him holding it, I cannot help but notice it. Did you notice it at first? Let me know in the comments down below. Besides that, the M4 has a very nice metallic black on it and looks worn out like it's been through many battles, with scratches and marks of silver throughout. Also, I love that they included an aim point here for proper aiming. Sadly, it cannot be removed, but honestly I'm okay with that, as it would probably get lost. The magazine is also removable and features 5.56 or 223 on the top of the magazine, and I really love that they did that, as it shows attention to detail. Also, the grenades that you get with him fits perfectly in the tube like so. Loving this feature, as the grenades can be used for more than just decoration on his shoulder harness. Speaking of grenades, you get 6 of them, and they fit very tightly on his shoulder harness, as you can see here, for proper storage. Looking at the 4 hand grenades, they feature his eyes, which is expected due to his comical and narcissistic nature. I absolutely love the matte finish on these, and the detail on them are really nice. While I always welcome added accessories, I am honestly having a hard time connecting it to him, as connecting him to his belt is quite loose. So I'm assuming the hand grenades are honestly just there for him to hold and not keep on him. Let's look at his heads. His extra head is nice, but in my opinion it seems like they are not that different, albeit the eyes are slightly different. A unmasked face would have been a welcome addition here, but sadly we don't get that. It seems like they missed that opportunity. Regardless, as I said in Paint and Detail, his face is very well done and has excellent details, as you can see here. The 2 swords that you get with him are fantastic looking and feature a very straight blade, which reminds me of a very modern ninja sword. They feature a metallic shimmery finish on the blade and a black wrapped in red handle. The only problem with these swords is that they are very loose in the sheaths, and I was hoping they wouldn't be a problem, because the SDCC Deadpool also suffered from this problem. So posing him upside down would not be wise, as the swords will fall out. Looking at his hands, I'm very satisfied by the different hands you get with him, and what I really like is that they are made of this flexible plastic, so fitting all his accessories is super easy and very form-fitting. Lastly, his stand features his insignia and is always a welcome addition whenever you get a stand with any action figure. So you can pose your figure well and look good while doing it. Overall, his accessories is fantastic. You get quite a lot with him and really makes him a worthwhile package. One thing to note also is that my little armory weapons fit him decently well. Combine that with his excellent detail, and what you have here is a well outfitted Deadpool, worthy of your collection. No, Kira, you can't play with Deadpool. I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to go. Anyway, so let's break down this figure of the Mezco 112 Deadpool, and let's start off with the negatives. Now, honestly, I thought he didn't really have negatives when I was first playing with him, posing him and whatnot, but there are some problems with him, and I'm just going to tell you what they are. It has to do with his outfit. It's a little bit too tight, and what we have here is some seams that look like they're going to break, and I know that's not yet broken, but I fear that it will happen, and if you buy this and you start playing with him, you'll start to notice it too, that it just seems like it's a little too tight. Another thing, this part of his holster broke. Now, this little notch goes into the belt, and the problem here is it's just a really thin piece of plastic, and just by slipping in the gun, it weighted this holster down just a little too much, and then it broke. And I was like, oh no, that's not good. It's something that I don't think I want to fix because, you know, eventually, if this suit does break, I do want to replace it eventually. So you need to take out all his belts and stuff like that. And I'm just going to keep it like that, unfortunately. So let's talk about the positives that this figure has. And there is a lot of positives that he has. All the accessories. Wow. Love these Glocks. Love how the magazines come out. Whew. Wonderful. Love that M4 he comes with. Love these swords. Love all the little trinkets, the grenades, everything about him. So much attention to detail is in this figure. He is easily the best Deadpool figure out to date. Well, we'll see until the Figma one comes out. But so far, I'm really loving this figure, and he's worth every penny. So, let's give him a rating. He is easily a 9 out of 10 D-stars. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, everybody. And I'll see you guys next time.
Hey, you! Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Where? Right here. Not there, right here. You. And thanks for watching. So, rate, comment, and subscribe. Right here, right there, right here. Yeah.
Please accept this gift. It should help.
I like that my body starts to like infuse. Weird, okay?